Hi everyone, I wanted to come on before the video starts and say hello and that I hope that you're staying healthy. I am currently in my daughter's room by her play kitchen while they play with some of their stuff. So I made some adaptations to the DIY mask, hopefully to help those of you who are having trouble finding supplies. I know that a lot of the elastics are slim pickings, so I'm going to be using satin ribbon instead, and then I'm also using for the non-woven interfacing my dust ruffle sheet from the guest bedroom. So I hope that you enjoy the video and that it blesses someone in your life. I know I will be wearing masks probably now moving forward to the grocery store and things like that. So thanks for watching. Leave a comment if you have any questions. I'll check them frequently so that I can help you along the way if you need it. Thanks. Bye.
For this project, you're going to be using your cotton fabric and then elastic if you have it. If you don't, make sure you have a ribbon that's sturdy enough to withstand going through the washer and the dryer. For the nose clip, we're going to be using a little piece of metal, and I actually used a baking tin, one of the disposable ones from my kitchen, and cut it into little 2.5 by 1 inch sections to make the nose clamp. And then for the interfacing, which is going to be our filter, I'm using the dust ruffle, not the gray part that you can see, but the part that lays underneath the top mattress. That's a non-woven material that will work as the filter for this project. You'll also need your sewing pins, a sharp pair of scissors, and a measuring tape. All right, let's get started. The mask is going to have 2 different layers of the cotton fabric and 1 layer of the non-woven interfacing, so 3 layers total. You'll notice too that I have different fabrics that I'm using, the teal color and then the red and white polka dot color. And the reason that I did that is because the person wearing the mask, it'll make it easier for them to know which side of the mask was touching their face. That'll just help to keep them safer. So we're going to start out by cutting all 3 layers, the red, the teal, and the interfacing layer, 9 inches by 7 inches. Once you have your fabric cut, we're going to make the nose clip, and I'm using a disposable baking tin. The metal is really easy to cut through, and we're going to be cutting a rectangle that is 2.5 inches by 1.5 inches. Once I've got this cut, in order to keep it from being too sharp, I'm going to fold in each edge, and it'll end up being about 1/2 of an inch in width and then the 2.5 inches in length. Next, we'll take our 2 cotton fabrics and place them on top of each other, pattern sides facing each other, and we're going to stitch along the top edge using 1/4 inch seam allowance. Once you've got those stitched together and off of the sewing machine, you're going to lay it long ways so that 3 inches are overhanging onto the pattern. You want to make sure, since the teal is going to be the interior part of the mask, that's where I want to be placing the nose clip, because that's what's going to show the stitching when I end up doing the stitching. So you'll place the metal piece on top of the interfacing and then take the additional 3 inches and sandwich it right on top. I like to put a couple of pins on the sides just to make sure that my interfacing stays in place. You also want to make sure that that nose clip is centered right in the middle of the mask. That's where the bridge of the nose is going to be. Once you've got those clips or the pins in place, you'll hold onto the clip and stitch it right into that fabric. Next, put the two fabrics together again and sew along the second 9-inch seam. Next, we'll turn the project right side out. You can use your fingers to straighten the seams and make sure that you don't use an iron because it will melt the interfacing. Then we want to turn in these raw edges, and you'll end up turning them in about 1/2 of an inch and get the seam line as straight as possible. Next, we're going to make 3 equal folds, and we'll secure those with a pin in the center of the mask. If you know someone who's unable to make their own mask or get a mask who is in need, leave me a comment below. I'd be happy to connect you with any resource that I have. There are a lot of makers who are donating masks to those in need. So leave a comment and I will get you connected with the people that I know who are offering help to those who need it. Next, we'll be putting in the satin ribbon. You could use really any kind, grosgrain ribbon, or if you do have elastic, that would be great. I cut each of these ribbon pieces to 16 inches long. That just allows the wearer of the mask to adjust depending on the size of their head. I even tried it on our 4-year-old and it worked really well. I'm tucking the ribbon inside of each corner to about 1/2 an inch. I want to make sure that when the sewing machine runs over it that I am getting that ribbon, and you'll want to back stitch on each of those just to keep them nice and secure. Once you have those ribbons in place, you'll sew back stitching at each of the ribbons all the way down the right side, and then again placing the ribbons onto the left side, back stitching the ribbons and sewing all the way down the seam. You want to make sure that you're holding each of the folds as you're running it through the machine so that those pleats stay in the mask. And we are done. If you guys found this tutorial useful, please consider hitting the like button and subscribing to support my channel. I hope you guys are staying healthy and that these masks will bless you, someone in your family, your friends, or even a stranger. I look forward to making with you guys next time. Stay safe.